Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of Quick History. Today I'll be talking about the non-cooperation movement, and because this is a quick history, we'll be done in just 6 minutes or less. So let's begin. So why was the non-cooperation movement launched? Mahatma Gandhi had returned from South Africa in 1915 and he was already organizing multiple movements against the British government in various towns and cities. He wished to use non-violent means to protest against the British, but he was horrified by the brutal tactics that they were using to suppress the people of India. He was especially against the Rowlatt Act and the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar. He lost all faith in the goodness of the British institutions and declared that it would be a sin to cooperate with such a satanic government. Thus, he launched the non-cooperation movement as a reaction against these oppressive policies of the British. In his famous book Hind Swaraj, Mahatma Gandhi declared that British rule was successfully established in India only due to the cooperation of Indians. He stated that the British Raj had survived only because this cooperation existed. If Indians refused to cooperate, as he was now telling them to, British rule in India would collapse within a year and independence would come automatically. Gandhiji proposed that the movement should unfold in stages. These are the 4 steps proposed by Gandhi to begin the non-cooperation movement. The surrender of titles that the British government had awarded, the boycott of all British institutions such as the civil services, army and police, courts and legislative councils. People should also boycott government-operated schools and colleges was what Gandhi said. And finally, people must not use foreign-made goods and products like clothes and textiles. If the government used any violent tactics, a full civil disobedience campaign would be launched by Gandhi and the leaders of the Congress. Indian Muslims who had participated in the Khilafat movement to help the Ottoman Sultan also gave their support to the non-cooperation movement. Check out my video on the Khilafat movement for more details. The link is in the description below. Mahatma Gandhi had promised Swaraj in 1 year if his non-cooperation program was fully implemented. The other reason to start the non-cooperation movement was that Gandhi and many Indian leaders had lost faith in constitutional methods which the British had implemented in India. Most of the wealth generated by the people of India at this time was going to Britain, which led to great economic hardships for the common man. This also led to the ruin of Indian businesses such as handicrafts and textiles. People were angry with the British government as many Indian soldiers had died in World War I while fighting for the British. The non-cooperation movement aimed to challenge the colonial power structure, and British authorities would be forced to take notice of the demands of the independence movement. Several senior leaders such as Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Annie Besant opposed the idea of non-cooperation as they felt it would lead to violence. However, several younger leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Rajendra Prasad and Subhash Chandra Bose supported the idea as they believed it would help in securing an independent India. The non-cooperation movement was a total shock to British authorities and it provided massive encouragement to millions of Indian nationalists. Unity in the country was strengthened and many Indian institutions such as the Gujarat Vidyapeeth, Bengal National University and the Jamia Millia in Delhi were built to replace the British ones which had been boycotted. Indian businesses such as textiles and handicrafts flourished at this time. However, there were several instances of violence during the movement. On February the 4th of 1922, a massacre took place at Chauri Chaura, which is a small town in Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. A police officer had attacked some peaceful protesters outside a liquor shop. A whole crowd of peasants that had gathered there were enraged and they went to the local police station. A huge mob gathered outside and set fire to the police station, with some 22 policemen still inside of it. Mahatma Gandhi felt that the movement was going off course, and he was disappointed that many protesters were using violent means against the British. He did not want the movement to become a contest of violence, with police and angry mobs attacking each other back and forth while civilians would be caught in between. Gandhi urged the public to end the protest after several instances of violence began to emerge. He called an end to the movement in 1922 after the Chauri Chaura incident. He saw that violence had erupted in other areas as well, just as the senior nationalist leaders had predicted. He was later arrested and imprisoned for almost 6 years. Even though this movement was a failure and many leaders began to criticize Gandhi at the time, Modern historians and critics believe that the movement was successful enough to break the back of British rule in India. They agree that non-cooperation could have been a catalyst for the movement that led to independence in 1947. And that was the non-cooperation movement in less than 6 minutes. If you liked that video, don't forget to comment, share and subscribe. In any case, thank you so much for watching.